Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-sha Keating from wisdomseekers.net, and we're here today with the weekly Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, which is included from September 15th to the 21st, 2019. And we were just going to jump in and start. The first card I pulled was Heal. And the only person we can and have authority to heal is ourselves. So yes, this is all about healing from within, and as we heal within, we heal without. That's just how it works. When we heal ourselves, we heal the world around us. So things get better every time we do. Okay, and the first card is Eight of Pentacles, and it seems that Earth is going to be down to earth again, because this is a card of being pleased and happy with what you're doing. Master craftsman, very capable, and the card that covers it. So you have the basic energies: master craftsman, very capable, very strong, happy to be doing what they're doing, and then we get again the healing card. And healing from this, the Hierophant, is healing from within, again, with knowledge and understanding. When we understand, when we know what's causing us to feel emotionally the way we do, then it's a simple matter to heal. And we may know that we're angry because in 5th grade, that boy, he stole your eraser. But what is the emotion behind it? Why are you angry because he stole your eraser? Not because everybody has had their eraser stolen in grade school, I'm sure. But what is it that hooks you? And that's what we want to heal, the hook, the why of the energy. Not that, but why. And so what's behind us, what pushed us to this level, this energy? Well, it's a very good answer, actually. It's the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and it's an energy of basically being a master craftsman. This is about work this week, because the prince is very happy, looking out over what he's done. He's pleased with himself, and he knows he can achieve more. It's also about abundance, and abundance in a positive way. This is also about abundance, but in a positive way. The truth is, you're probably healing old energy that has to deal with having or not having. And the card that's just below is the end of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. So there it is. Something ended this last week, something beginning this week. And the energy is such that there's a lot of things ended and a lot of things begun in the last week. But where we're heading is, again, it's a money card, but it's a confidence card as well. It's being self-confident, sure of oneself, a little bit focused on the self. And that's not always bad. I mean, we're brought up in an era and a society that says it's wrong to focus on who we are, but that's not a truth. If we don't look after ourselves first, we cannot possibly help anybody else. If we don't love ourselves, we cannot love another. If we don't feel gratitude for having money, we cannot have money that stays with us. So if we're learning to love and accept money and not just hoard it, but let it flow through, because if you have it, you have to let it go. Otherwise, it will not increase. And the major arcana, the second major arcana, again, it's another important week. Earth seems to be doing a lot of work for the last 6 weeks, but in a really positive way, and getting a lot done. So what's coming up for us this week is the Empress. And the Empress is all about abundance. It's abundance in everything, though. It's not just money. But with you have money, you have the time to be spiritual, or the energy to be spiritual. If you have money, you don't have to worry about where you're going to put your head, or if you're going to be dressed warmly or coolly enough, depending what area of the world you're in. You got shoes on your feet, again, depending on what area of the world you're in. You've got ways of getting around. You don't have to, if you've got enough, and you want to have enough in the broad sense. People think, well, having a house is sufficient, but having a house you love is better. Having the food on the table is sufficient. Having food you love is better. So having clothes, anything you want to have it so that you have sufficient, but you also love it. Because having sufficient isn't enough. And spiritually speaking, there is no reason in the world, our world, we should not have more than enough. We are in the image of God. We are part of God. Would God have anything but the best? Not really. God can have everything. So we have that right to have anything. So what's coming up, what's supporting us in the next week? The Knight of Wands. You're going to learn a few things about yourself. New ideas, new energy is going to surface, but you're going to find their old energy, not necessarily from this lifetime, but from another lifetime. So you're remembering it. You're remembering something that's vital and brand new to you. And the third major arcana, the Judgment. And the Judgment is you're coming out of the dark into the light. You're seeing things clearly. Use your intuition. As you become spiritual, you become more intuitive. You don't become more intuitive because you're spiritual. You become more intuitive. No, hang on. You don't become more spiritual because you're intuitive. You become more intuitive because you're spiritual. Intuition is a gift of the spirit to help you grow and become more. And the last card is the Ace of Wands. You have tremendous amount of help. You have a tremendous amount of support. Things are transmuting. This is a fabulous week for you, Earth. It will be around, I suspect, highly around abundance in all its forms. So the first card is to heal. And we are healing that wound of not thinking we're good enough, not thinking we have the right to have more, because obviously we do. And what's going to be the result of that? And this card, this is a results card. It's not a addition card. Love will abound, because when you have sufficient, it is easier to love. It is easier to give that which is necessary to live or survive in a happy place. If you have, and it might be that you only want a small house of 400 or 500 square feet, that may be your happy place. Or you may want a place that has 5 bedrooms so all your kids can come live with you. Don't judge what you deem sufficient by what other people deem sufficient. Has nothing to do with anybody but you. Okay? So regardless of what happens, you're going to grow in love this week, because when you have sufficient, it's easier to love. And we want to make everything easier. How is that? Do we have any questions? Hi, everybody.
I mean, do you need to ask if we have questions? Do you not see the epic amount of chat that's been going on?
But people come on and they talk and say hi and
No, I know
and
that,
they
but
chat
like,
and they
still
support
throw a
each
question
other.
here and there.
So yeah. And I love that, by the way, that you talk to each other and you support each other, and it just makes me feel good, because for me, spirituality is about creating a community of like energy, like human beings. And hang on, go ahead. My daughter just doesn't want to be shown on TV. That's all. Yesterday she could get by, no problem, but today it's slightly different because we have a wider screen. But don't worry, we've got questions. Let's ask them.
All right. So first off, Cerise Wari says, "Hi, how are you?"
Hi.
Then she asks, "How's Pisces feeling and how are Pisces' feelings and actions towards me after the last message I sent him? Thanks."
Well, I don't want to be harsh, and I don't want to swear, but it's kind of like, what the?
Bleep.
Yeah. And he's kind of taken back a little bit. It's not a bad thing, actually. It's stopping him to stop and think, and want the Pisces to stop and think, and reevaluate what has been going on in his life. It's kind of like you brought him up short, and he has to go, oh, I've been playing this game, but maybe I should be playing this game. So it's not bad. And it's more confusion. With he's a male, they do not speak women, just the same as women don't speak men as clearly as we should. Hopefully, in the next few years, that huge imbalance and comprehension will have come together just a bit. I hope that helps. I hope that's what you wanted to hear.
Maria Herrera says, "Hello."
Hi, Maria.
The Polynesian princess says, "Hey, lovely ladies." Hello. Debbie says, "Hello, Elisha and Elle. I was just watching Fire." Cool. Mellow Yellow says, "Hi, Elisha." Elliot Garcia says, "Hello, I've got a question."
Hi, Elliot.
What should I do?
Did I get the name right?
Yeah, Elliot. What should I do? I'm having problems with my parents.
Well, this is going to be a bit difficult, but stand back, look at them from a third-person perspective, realize their values, their ideas are probably not yours because you grew up in a different generation, different way. Breathe a lot, deep breath when you're around them. They are never going to understand you, but if they feel like you hear them, they will be a bit more understanding. I suspect. And another thing too, tell them you love them. It might not be part of your lexicon or your traits. Tell them you love them and say, I hear you. Doesn't mean you change how you react or how you're going to do things, because you are going to have to be you, and whatever you want is appropriate for you. And if they don't approve, and they happen to be right, it is still your lesson to learn. So say, I hear you and I love you. And regardless of what happens, I love you. You don't have to put in the regardless of what happens. This will help them calm down a little bit. they do truly think they have the right answers. My feeling is they truly do not understand who you are completely. And this is where the love comes in. There are going to be things they do not approve of, do not agree with, that you know are exactly what you need to do. If you can, just don't tell them everything. For instance, me, I've been on the spiritual path since I was really, really young. I got to the place where I didn't talk to my family about what I do. And I can only now, in the last couple of years, talk to my family about what I do. And now my mom has passed. She's totally on my side. But before that, she was not. So good luck on that. And that is actually a very tough one for you, because you have all the old energy of growing up to deal with and how things have been in the past. Think of it as a really great lesson, and one you're going to come out of it like you're shot out of an arrow if you do it right. Okay, good luck.
The Polynesian princess asks, she will answer questions after says she will answer questions after she's done giving the reading. Please be patient and listen to her message.
Thank you. You're awesome, lady.
Eyes Like Stars says, hello.
That's my dogs coming in and out.
Mellow Yellow says, oh, I almost forgot. Hi, Elle, you're Earth Tribe too. Fellow cat.
Yes, she is. So you're a cat. I pity your mom. I love my daughter, but
it depends on the day.
It depends.
Usually it ends in Y.
It depends on the moment, actually.
Let's see. Kia City Vlog says, hi, Taurus here.
That's a news one, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Welcome. The Polynesian princess adds, oh, wow, I thought your hair was very short this whole time. I'm now just realizing your ponytail. Gosh.
Yeah, I business in the front, party in the back.
Not quite a mullet. It's not quite a mullet.
Not quite.
Kia Vlog says, yes, I want a big house. They add, hey, I have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Nathaniel and I will get back together? He's my child's father. We broke up because he was messing around again, and we got into a heated argument. So I would like to know if I should move on. Yes.
Well, speaking from experience, not psychic, once a cycle's in place, it's not easy to break. If you are willing to put up with him messing around, it's going to stay. Now, from a psychic point of view, and this is from your guides, you're worth a lot more than that, young lady. So that's from your guides. You are worth, and I agree with them, you are worth more than that. If you choose to move on, there is, and you have cleared the energy between you and Nathaniel, there is somebody who is a powerful mate for you, a good father. I mean, not that Nathaniel won't be a good father. But there's always nice to have other influences as well. But this one is very. This one has a little more balanced, and the truth is, you shouldn't put up with that kind of behavior. It's not good for your own psyche. You end up feeling that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, and it has absolutely nothing to do with who you are. It has everything to do with how he is. Okay, so if I had a personal vote, go for the better choice for you. You are worth a lot more than that. That's my vote. Not my right, but my vote.
Mellow Yellow adds, yeah, her hair is long, just hiding in the back.
One day I'll let it loose. It comes down to about here.
The Polynesian princess says, I only ask whenever you're done reading. Ow!
Polly,
Sit!
have you got cookies?
Yeah, Jen is trying to be helpful.
Oh, my other daughter is leaving, and she's going to take the two dogs, but one dog, our Tully, he's kind of blind, so he can't go. So
sorry for the interruption, guys.
And he's a bit food driven, so he's not very wise. Can we do a question until?
Yeah. Debbie says long hair is great. I was told by a friend. Eyes Like Stars says, hello, I'm a Taurus. Why doesn't my Sagittarius Brent want to drive his car?
What?
Why doesn't my Sagittarius Brent want to drive his car?
Interesting question. It appears that he had a really close encounter, and it scared the jeebers out of him. Not one he wants to talk about. It seems like it was a nighttime encounter, and he doesn't really know exactly what happened, but it scared him a great deal. It could have been a deer jumping across the highway, and he had to switch sideways, pull the car sideways or something. Or it could have been something else that was very esoteric or something like that. There is a bit of fear there. It should mellow in time. But be patient. Ask him. Not yet, but in the future, ask him. In the future, ask him what's going on, and your Sagittarian friend may answer fully. But in the meantime, I think I'm not 100% sure of his sanity when it comes to that. I know that sounds really strange, doesn't it? But a Sagittarian is not 100% sure what's what. And you, when he opens up, will be able to tell him, oh, don't worry about it. This is what's happening. All right.
Next.
Yep.
Life's a Puzzle of Life 1 says, hi, can I ask a question? What month will Mark decide that I'm going to move with him this year for discussion?
That's something, honestly, I'll put a big disclaimer up. Timing is not my forte.
She adds, I know it's around December for official move in. Thanks.
Okay, so you basically want to know when they're going to start, when he'll discuss it with you. So I can tell you this: he's excited about the idea, and slowly becoming, as it gets closer to the date, he's becoming more excited about the idea. I suspect it's going to come out of left field one day. You're going to be talking, and it just sort of comes out of left field, and you sit down and have a discussion. I suspect it will be closer to the end of October. if you're one of these people who wants very much to have everything in place and everything's got its place, you're going to have to be patient. I do feel it. I do feel the move is going to be of benefit. It will take a little bit of. It won't be all smooth sailing. There will be some things that that will need to be discussed after the event. That about how well. Maybe for instance, an example would be, he likes his garbage can in this position, and you put it somewhere else, and there might be little discussions about how things need to be arranged to keep the house moving forward in a smooth way. He's going to be a bit territorial. Just be patient. It won't last. Okay.
Jennifer Schweb, I accidentally missed you. My apologies. Says, hello, I have a 20-year-old daughter. Her name is Taylor, and she wanted me to ask you if she is going to find romantic love this year. In the next year. Sorry.
Next year. She's 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, my opinion is tell her she doesn't want to. Not for another 5 years, because people live much longer now than they used to. She's going to be 120, 125. She's got lots of time. I recommend to everybody, wait till they're 30, go out in groups till they're 30, then think about relationships. I tell my own kids that too. And hang on. But the chances are she is going to meet somebody that she's going to be very starry-eyed over. And it's going to go really well at the beginning, at least. Whether it's a lifetime commitment or not, I suspect it's not quite at that. She's not quite at the stage yet where she would want a lifetime commitment, but she's at a stage where having the romantic love would be should be fun. And I believe there will be fun, dates out to restaurants and go to the movies or shows or whatever. And I do believe she will have, I do believe this will be a fun, growing experience the majority of the time. So tell her yes. Okay.
Laura H says, hi, Elisha and Elle. Hello. Sariswari says, thank you so much. The Polynesian Princess asks, can I ask you, how is Cameron? I feel so much closer to him. He's told me he wants to make better decisions. Will we be okay after the separation we are in now?
Tentatively, I want to say yes, he is growing up. It's a very tentative thing. He's not used to being in that energy, so he may slide back a few times, but that's just because he's he doesn't know how to do it, and it will take time. The energy between you two has always kind of frightened him. And that is probably why you broke up in the first place. Whatever reason, I don't know. And it doesn't really matter. It's the fact that the energy between you two is very, very strong. It's like he's drawn to it like a moth to a light. He can't help himself. And that kind of scares him. When the two of you choose to become back together in a formal way, it will you will have to be very, very careful how you present things to him. You're not going to change who you are. I'm not suggesting that in it for a moment, but he has to adjust to who you are, and you have changed since the last time you were together. You're not the same person anymore, and he has to learn who you are. He has to learn to respect your boundaries, and I do see, as long as you're very patient with him and you do one step at a time, it should go really nicely. There might be things you want to do differently. And what I'm seeing is maybe you want to go hiking. I don't know if you hiked before, but if you didn't, it might be that the two of you go out and do hiking in short paths if you're not used to it, long paths if you're used to it, and be in nature together. And I think it's being in nature together that is the important part. Okay.
Jennifer Schweb says, you ladies are so lovely and your energy makes me feel happy when I interact with you. Many blessings.
Thank you.
Laura H. asks, I'd like to know if S and me will reconcile.
The thought has crossed their minds, to quite frankly. There is a 64% chance you will. There is also, S is also a bit flighty and sort of, so the image they showed me was a wild dog being trained to come on command. So it goes, grabs the food, runs towards the food, runs back. And it will take a lot of time and patience. And that's one of the things I advocate strongly, is patience and time in a relationship. Walk slowly in every relationship. Okay. So there is a strong potential that you will move back into a relationship again. I believe you have changed as well, and that is part of the reason that S will be very more than happy to come back. At the same time, your having changed will create different reactions. So again, patience. Good luck.
Debbie says, I am going to a holistic expo next month. I was thinking of getting a clearing. Is that a good idea?
What kind of a clearing? What kind of a clearing? Because clearings are always good. It depends on who's giving it. So if you're going to get a clearing, make sure that person feels good to you. Because if you're getting a clearing and you happen to vibrate higher than that person, they can't clear you. At the same time, there's something there's something there I'm not picking up on. Tell me what kind, and I will answer from there. Okay.
Mellow Yellow says, wonderful. Mars and Venus merging in communication.
That's true, actually, and that's how it should be. That's how the energy should be shifting forward, I believe.
The Polynesian Princess says, that's very familiar to a Hawaiian healing technique. Similar to a Hawaiian healing technique.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Maria Herrera says that she wants me to speak in Spanish. She wants to hear my Spanish. So,
she speaks Mexican Spanish.
Bear with me.
And it's been a few years.
Hola, ¿puedes ver algo que me está causando dolor en el centro de mi estómago? Gracias. Me gustaría oírte hablar español.
There you go. My children, they learned Spanish in Mexico, but they didn't learn it in the schools.
We learned it on the streets.
They learned it on the streets.
All right, so translation. Hi, can you see something in the center of my stomach? It's that's hurting, causing me pain.
Okay. Well, again, it starts out with stress, but I would actually go to the doctor and have this one checked out. It could very well be there's a form of ulcers, and I think the majority of the ulcers are caused by a virus, where they can actually give you a pill and help you and it will get rid of the ulcer. And if it's just the beginning stages, it just might be that it's an acid reflux energy. I don't feel at this time it's something dire, but I do think it's a good idea to go see your doctor and have it checked out, because stomach issues can become important. In the meantime, there's a kind of a chamomile tea. If you like chamomile tea, I would recommend you drink it. Probably drink less milk products, or eat less milk products, and maybe cut down on the chili for a little while, which is really difficult to do, right? It makes food taste so good.
I mean, even our dogs like hot sauce.
Even our dogs eat hot sauce, yeah.
All right. So we're at 35 minutes.
How many have we got left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's probably a little more than I can do today, because I would like to try and come back
and do
another one today. There is a potential that Ellen and I will be going to babysit my granddaughter, and I can do the readings there, but she will be on my lap, watch in front of the camera, because she loves seeing herself on.
She is very much, and pardon my English, a camera whore.
She's 5 years old. She's just barely 5 years old, and she is.
She loves being in front of the camera and having her picture taken.
She loves being center of attention,
basically.
And so it would be fun, but
she's very distracting.
Very distracting.
So
cute as a button, but
I know she's sweet, totally sweet and super adorable. But our dogs are easier to show away than she is.
Yep.
So should we do a couple more and tentatively ask people to come back?
So is there any way we can screenshot these and read them on the next one first?
I can try to.
We can try to screenshot the other ones. I don't know. I'm not techie. My daughter is. If she can, we will read those first. But let's do 2
We
more.
are also coming back on Monday, so if we don't get to everybody's questions today or tomorrow, we will see you back on Monday for a legitimate 1 full hour,
which usually
Q&A.
lasts a little longer.
Yeah.
So we will be back. And what I'm playing with
is a ring.
It's a ring.
Turquoise is the stone.
It's a turquoise, and I'm learning how to wrap, and that's why I'm playing with it. It's not. I would say it's not a very good wrapping, but it's my first one. So.
All right. So let's do a couple more, and then we'll come back. We'll try to come back.
Yeah.
For at least one more.
We'll try today very hard to come back. I just like to take a break in between to boost my energies.
And we have to take out 2
If you
dogs.
if you look at the wrappings that done on Google, it does not look
Me too.
professional, but it is kind of fun.
All right. Blossom 11 says, "Hello. Will I like the message my Leo sends me?"
I think it might leave you up in the air. You won't know for sure what's actually happening. It won't be as clear and concise as you're hoping for. It won't be. I just believe it won't be it won't be 100% what you're looking for, but at the same time, it's not like, no, you won't, it's not like you will hate it. It's just, it'll leave you, what did he mean? There'll be more questions to ask than were answered.
Darla Lynn, or thank you, Debbie, for the $4 donation.
Thank you, Deb. Did she say what kind?
For clearing, unblocking.
Unblocking. Okay. That's yeah.
Is it a good idea?
It's a good idea if you have a safe place to go after you've finished and have a place to allow the energies to move through you and you're confident and safe. If you're going to a health expo or an expo and you have a clearing, but you come home at the night, it'd be a really good idea. Or you ask them to clear and wait and ask them that the clearing not take effect until you're home so that you're in a safe space. Then it will probably work very well.
Next.
Yeah.
Darla Lynn asks, "Hi, ladies and group. I would like to ask if my energy shift will be finding financial security and possible abundance."
Okay, now blatant plug for my website, or for actually in this case for Facebook, Wisdom Seekers Facebook.
Links in the description.
Last Wednesday, Nikki did a meditation for clearing away certain 3 out of 21 blocks to having money. They're really big blocks, these 3. I would recommend highly you go use it. The week before was a manifestation meditation, and that one I also recommend. I noticed that in the last week and a half since then, things have been moving faster for me in the manifestation. Both women are amazing. The energy is up there. It's up there forever. It's free. Go get it. Try it out. One after the other. It doesn't matter. They're 2 entirely different energies. And before I go in and actually look and check, the energy is shifting so that manifestation of power, of money, is part of who you are. If you're Earth or you have Earth in any of your signs, this week is a good week to work on that. Okay, hang on. And I get a definite, if you go in and look at your blocks, that's stopping you from achieving, it will work. Definitely go in and listen to Nikki, because the 3 things that she did unblock, I felt them move in me. All right. So this is what I felt, and what she cleared is part of what is holding you back. So Wisdom Seekers Facebook
page.
It has the phoenix up top
With a picture of Mom.
going cute. And honestly, it's free. What can you ask for but free? Plus, we have a lot of really interesting talks, events, and it's all free on Wisdom Seekers. You want to Wisdom Seekers .net, there you pay. But on Wisdom Seekers Facebook, all free. And yesterday we had the most amazing 2-hour exhausting talk with Elizabeth and Aaron. It's called Connect with Aaron. At the end, I was getting a little tired, so I get a little punch drunk, and people were telling me they were laughing out loud because we were funny. So go enjoy.
So I'm gonna make you stop so we can get one more question in before wrapping it up, and say come back in about an hour or so.
Well,
Ring
probably
the bell to make sure we do.
I'll try and do it by 5, I think, because after that it gets too late for people.
Yeah, because we're already at 4. So
yeah. And also on Sunday we're going to have a connect with the God Mind, and it's going to be one of our ladies is a priestess, and she's going to do a ceremony, I think, calling down the moon. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but it has to do with the moon, and it should be fun.
All right. So our last question for now, and we'll be back in like 45 minutes, unless Mom keeps talking.
Which I'm really prone to.
So Tari Avalos says, hello. Do you feel like I have spiritual gifts?
Everybody has spiritual gifts. We are spirit. We're here in a vibration that's physical, but we are spiritual. So yes, 100%, everybody has them. The difference between you and me is I work my butt off to get them. And that's one of the questions that was asked yesterday on the Connect with Aaron. I recommend you, that's 2 hours, but I still recommend it that you listen to it because it's really interesting. But yes, everybody has spiritual gifts. Some have stronger gifts than others. For instance, Erin is a medium. She's an amazing medium. Elizabeth, on the other hand, is not a medium. She's a dreamer. I love to work with energy. I'm fabulous with energy. I can do mediumship. I don't dream at all. I mean, if I dream, it's sort of like, oh my God, I had a dream. But everybody has it. If you're interested in learning more, again, wisdomseekers.net. Spend time with other people who have it. And what stops us from having gifts is our mental mind, because we want to be in our heart mind. The mental mind is a servant of the heart. So the heart says, yes, I can do this. And the head says, okay, you can do this, but have you thought of A? Have you thought of B? And C is probably the best way for you to go. Have you thought of that? So just remember, if you think it and it's logical, not necessarily the right answer. Okay.
All right. And with that, we'll be back in
probably
45
minutes, and I'm gonna recharge a bit, and namaste. And it's, as always, I just love being here with everybody. It actually is a highlight of my week, and yes, I'm going hell.
Mom, get off the phone.